We are just a few weeks and some change away from back to school. And with us today is the superintendent of schools in the town of Canton, Kevin Case. Superintendent Case, thanks for being with us here today.
Oh, thanks for having me, Dennis.
So let's talk a little bit about what the first day of school in Canton is going to look like. And when is that first day, by the way?
So the first day of school for students will be on Monday, August 31st. We, the administrative team, and community members have been working hard all summer. We have a Canton Public Schools reopening task force and several working groups focusing on teaching and learning, student and staff health and wellness. So we've been working hard all summer to develop our plan for reopening. And we are going to be following what's called the hybrid model or the blended learning model. We want to make sure our schools are as safe and healthy as possible, that we create the healthiest learning environment. And we feel it's best at this point to bring half of our students in at one time. So the blended learning model entails the fact that 50% of our students will attend school 2 days a week, and then the other 50% 2 days a week, and 1 day will be a remote learning day.
Let's talk about personal protective equipment, masks and sanitizers and shields. What will teachers and students be wearing?
Yeah, so based upon state guidance, all students and staff will be required to wear a face covering. Teachers will also be wearing face coverings and in some cases protective shields, depending on what their role is within the school district. So personal protective equipment will be provided for students and staff who do not have their own. And also when you come into the classroom, you'll see that student desks will be spread apart to maintain that social distancing. And teachers will also have desk barriers on their desk for protection as well.
I need to ask you, I'm a dad, I'm also a coach, so I know what kids can be like. They're jumping on each other, they're sharing drinks, they're touching each other's belongings. What are you going to do to police that inside the school grounds?
Yeah, so because we're following the hybrid model, having 50% less students in a building will help us teach students how to maintain that social, that physical distancing. And it will also allow us to help students learn the hygiene protocols as far as washing hands, sanitizing on a regular basis. We are going to spend a lot of time the first couple weeks of school teaching students and training students how to follow these protocols to mitigate the virus.
What do you do if a mom calls in one day and says, my son has COVID, he will not be in? What do you do? How do you retrace his steps? And is the whole school closed down or just his class? Or explain, please.
Right. So we are working closely with our area health district in Canton. That is the Farmington Valley Health District. So if a student was to test positive, we would be working with the health district to determine what next steps to take. We would be looking at the students or staff members that student had close contact with. By close contact, it's within 6 feet of a person for a total of 15 minutes or more. And that's when we would rely on the health district to help us with that contact tracing. And we determine who needs to be quarantined and so forth.
And what about the student?
It could mean that we close school for 2 to 5 days or longer.
What about the student who's perhaps out for a mysterious reason? There might be a mom or dad out there who says, I don't want to tell anyone that my child has COVID because I don't want him to be ostracized.
Yeah, so we're going to work hard to maintain that open communication with parents. We want parents, before they send their child to school each day, to take the temperature of their child, and really self-monitoring is what we're really hoping that our staff will do, and also parents with their child before they leave for school. And we really need parents to communicate with us openly and honestly. We need to work together as a community to make sure all of our students and staff are safe.
The Superintendent of Public Schools in Canton, Kevin Case, we thank you so much for sharing your time with us today.
Oh, thank you, Dennis. It's a pleasure to be here.
Stay safe.